Good afternoon, everyone, and how are we all doing on this wonderful afternoon? Down to the last speakers, and I'm standing in the way of people getting their drinks, so I'll try to be very brief. But look, my name's Chris Gibbs. I'm the CEO for American Rare Earths, and look, I'm thrilled here today to be sharing you the story of the journey we've been on. Yeah, American Rare Earths, I truly believe we're in the right place at the right time and with the right commodity. With the demand for rare earths surging across the energy and the sector, and also the national defence sector, the demand for rare earths, particularly in the US, is huge. And we're primed to lead this because this Halleck Creek project in Wyoming is it's massive, and it's a game changer for the United States. And our role here is to really secure this supply for the United States, and that's our goal. And our vision is to really be a cornerstone for the United States for this supply chain. The normal disclaimers, I urge you to take note. The key messages I'd like to share with you today is really we've got two world-class projects in the United States, but the one I want to really talk about is our flagship project. And this project, look, it's massive. It's got a 2.34 billion tonne JORC resource in the heart of the United States. And somebody asked me recently, they said, Chris, what are 3 words to describe your company and what excites you? And I'm in the mining game, and I call it the land game. And it's location, location, location. And look, we're in the heart of the United States, but we've got an outstanding resource, and timing could not be more perfectly. I'll touch on this later, but we've got a pathway to permitting. We're on state lands. This mine can get permitted in less than 2 years. We've got outstanding mineralogy and metallurgy for this project. We've got very good grades. And we're using conventional technologies. Well funded. We've had some recent announcements regarding the EXIM Bank, and also we've got some great funding from the state of Wyoming, and I'll talk on that a bit later. But also we've got some critical partnerships that we've established with various folks in the United States, and we've got a presence. And that's just so important because we've not only got the largest resource in the United States, but we're establishing a presence, and we're building a company for the future. It goes without saying the geopolitical forces, they're in the winds are in the right way. And I know there's so much talk about what's happening in the election and what's going to happen. I've lived and worked in the United States. I've been there for a couple of different elections, and I was running a metals plant in Pittsburgh when Donald Trump was first elected, and people said, what's going to happen? The wall's going to fall down, and it didn't, in fact. And then I was there when Biden came into power, and same thing. But the one thing in this space, this is a challenge for the United States, and it's got full bipartisan support. And the market fundamentals, long-term fundamentals for rare earths is huge. Okay, just a bit of a corporate snapshot about American Rare Earths. We're on the ASX, but we're also listed on the OTC markets, on the top tier of the OTCQX. Our volumes on the OTC have been getting up there with the same volumes that we've seen on the ASX. Market cap, you can see there. And look, we've got good cash on hand. And I'll talk about our funding because we've also, apart from about 3.9 million other assets that we can cash in, we've also got this funding with the state of Wyoming, and I'll talk on that. Lots of positive momentum for American Rare Earths, and you can see here that since the start of the year, we came out with an upgrade to the JORC resource. We came out with our scoping study, lots of positive news flow, and we're moving this project forward at a pace. You'll see there that we came out with some announcements with the EXIM Bank, where they put forward a letter of interest to fund the full amount of the CapEx for this project. And in addition to that, we came out with funding from the state of Wyoming. I'll talk on that later. Location, location, location. All our projects are in the United States, the largest economy in the world that has the largest problem in that they don't produce very many rare earths. And this is no secret, everyone knows this. This market is dominated by China, and you can see there from mining, processing, China has this dominated. Rare earths, I'll be preaching to some of the choir, given we're in the industry. I won't talk about this, but it goes into a lot of factors. But the big part for the US is they're seeking to secure onshore supply and domestic supply. So from a US perspective, there's a lot of support from the US government, and I won't go through all of this, but we've been tapping into some of this. We've got government funding through some of the partnerships we have with some of the universities. We also have state funding, and the EXIM Bank have come forward to support our project. So in essence, we have a cornerstone, an asset that is a cornerstone rare earth asset for the United States. And this thing, it's multi-generational. It is huge. Okay, it's got a 100-year plus mine life, and we've barely touched the surface. I'll talk about some of our drilling, but we've done drilling on this thing and it goes down to 300 meters, and it's still going from surface to 300 meters where we're getting consistent grades. And that's what excites me about this project. It's got this huge resource and we've barely touched it. We came out with our, as I mentioned, some of this financial backing and great support. Now the scoping study we came out with is just a small phase one. And as you know, you're publishing a scoping study, it needs to be something that you can deliver on. And but it's got some huge upside. And even in a downward market, what we wanted to show with this slide was that even in a downward or depressed market, this small plant makes money. But we also have done the further studies, and this was in the scoping study where we did a 6 million tonne per annum version, and the MPV on a 6 million tonne processing facility is north of $1 billion. And so this thing, it's got some great financials, but the thing is, it's got the resource in the ground. I'll touch on this slide. It's a bit busy, so I apologise for that, but the real key message is that we've barely scratched the surface. The JORC accounts for only about 16% of the area within our claims, and there's significant upside, not only at depth, but throughout these claims. In the United States, we hear so much that it takes 10, 15 years to get a mine permitted. What we have here, we're on both state land and federal lands. And you can see that in that blue square, that's where we've got this first phase of the project where we've done our scoping study. And the scoping study is just a small project, 20-year mine life, but we've got 100 plus years for this overall district. But you can see there in Wyoming, you can get permitted in less than 2 years. And we've commenced that process. And so we're well down the pathway to getting this permitted. And we have outstanding support from the state of Wyoming. And talking about the state of Wyoming, they've come forward. We have a $7.1 million grant from the state of Wyoming. And that's to fund us. Every dollar we spend, we get 50 cents back. And so that's great. Mentioned before the EXIM Bank, support from the EXIM Bank. But the other key thing is infrastructure is all close by. As a company, we've established some great partnerships. We've got some great partners in the United States. That's from the universities through to various folks. And we're the only explorer that is a member of the US Critical Materials Institute. And so we're in the mix. And as a company, we're right there. So going forward, and I know I need to wrap up here, but near-term catalyst news flow, we've got drill assay results and a lot of things happening for our shareholders. So as we look forward for American rare earths, look, we're on an incredible trajectory. Not only do we hold the largest rare earth project in North America, but it's based in the United States, the largest economy with a strong commitment to securing minerals and their supply chain. So I'm super excited about American rare earths. Urge you, come have a chat with me, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.